on here? Oh, New York. Well, put him on. Hello, Charlie. How are you? Me? Oh, fine. Fine. No, nothing new. Oh, sure, the disturbances. You guys getting killed here and there. Well, that doesn't add up to a revolution. Listen, Charlie. The Generalissimo will never get this far north. Sure, I'm working. What do you want me to do, invent a war for you? I know you need copy. Color stories, huh? Human interest yarn? Sure, I'll dig up something. Okay, Charlie. Now, where the devil am I going to find a human interest story?
But the fact is, the story was beginning, though I didn't know it then. At 12 o'clock, the bishop summoned a young priest named Arturo Carrera.
Good day, Monsignor.
Good day, Father.
Oh, good day, Arturo. I do not see how we can keep our eyes closed to the situation any longer, Father. There comes a time when we must take a stand. Read this. Read it out loud. I want to hear how it sounds.
Entry to this house of God is forbidden to immodestly dressed women whose frocks do not cover their elbows and their knees.
Yes, very good, very good. Now I want to translate it into German, into English, and into Italian, and post it on the door today.
Is this all we have to be concerned with in the church today?
What's the matter?
Women's elbows and knees?
But did you know that one tried to come in last week in what I believe are called shorts?
Better in shorts, I would have thought, than not at all. Monsignor, have you forgotten that fewer than 15% of the workers attend Mass here anymore? And that where we once had love and trust, we now have downright hatred? Does no one in the church ever ask themselves the reason for this?
Well, there are certain proprieties that...
Monsignor, the church in Spain is falling to pieces. All Spain seems to be falling to pieces. Tomorrow it may be the world. I don't mean to be impertinent. But at a time like this, when one church after another is being burned or destroyed, another priest murdered every day, have we really nothing better to worry about than a few knees and elbows?
The Church of God, my son, is like a net let down into the sea.
Then why doesn't it catch more fish?
Whatever your intentions, Father, you are being impertinent. Very impertinent. We must all pray to God to give those people back their faith.
They haven't lost their faith in God. They've lost it in us, the church. We failed them. They look to us for protection against cruelty and injustice, and this is the kind of answer we give them. A preposterous reminder that there are certain parts of a woman's body that bishops disapprove of. Why shouldn't they look to other people for help and hope?
I wonder if you understand the seriousness of what you're saying, Father.
I think I do, Monsignor. I've thought about this for a long time.
Then there is no excuse for you to confuse the eternity of the church with the weaknesses and failures of its members, or to forget that for every failure, there is a martyred priest whose blood is the very seed of the church.
How do I know they were martyrs?
Arturo, please.
Why weren't they simply just fools?
I have been very patient with you, Father.
How do I know they didn't die for a myth? Or for a ghost? The ghost of a dead church? A cause isn't necessarily true because a man dies for it. His dying merely proves that he believed in it. Not that he wasn't a fool to do so.
Arturo, my son, will you kneel with me and ask God for forgiveness?
I cannot bring myself to believe that this church is serving either God or man today. I cannot believe that God himself is any more impressed by the platitudes and empty piety than the people here are. I can't. In the seminary, I was taught love and deeds. I was taught that the poor and the dirty were as important in his eyes as the owners of Hispano Suizes and great yachts. The truth is that nothing I was taught in the seminary has been of any value to me here whatsoever. And more I find myself sharing the workers' feelings. This is not the church of our fathers. This is a different church. A church I don't understand or respect. And what is worse, a church in which I can find no way of serving him as I was taught to serve him.
Don't go any further, Arturo. It may not be so easy to unsay the things you are saying or to undo such a rash and wicked act.
May God forgive me if I'm wrong. But I can accept this church no longer. I must find another way.
Arturo.
Whoever you are, I'm talking to New York. The Continental Broadcasting Company. Hello, New York? Charlie? No, I haven't talked to Madrid this morning, but I can tell you right now it's just another rumor. Certainly that's an air raid siren, so what? Every time 3 seagulls fly over this place together, some drunk pushes the button again. Just a minute, Charlie. I want to make a little correction here. That joker wasn't drunk this time, and those aren't seagulls dropping this stuff. This is the kickoff, Charlie boy. The war is on.
Oh, dear mother. Oh, I don't want to die.
Will you sit down, please? Let us sit down for a moment.
Thank you.
This is the new crusade, to put to rout the enemies of the church.
If the Crusaders don't blow us up first, of course.
They won't hit the churches.
I hope not. But during the Rif War, they invariably killed everybody they'd set out to rescue.
Have you a jacket and trousers?
Of sorts, Monseigneur.
The people will be angry after this and attack us again. But this time, they will destroy our cathedral.
Don't say that, Monseigneur.
But one thing they must not destroy. They must not destroy our holy relic, the blessed blood of St. John. So after this is over, you will change to your jacket and trousers, for no priest will be safe in the streets. Then you will take our holy relic out of here and deliver it to our friends who are fighting for our Lord and against this wicked government.
I don't want to be alone.
Is it very bad out there?
Horrible.
Perhaps I can do something to help.
Oh, no, don't, please. There's a doctor and some soldiers there. Please don't leave me alone.
All right, I won't.
I'll be all right in a minute. Thank you.
You all right now?
No, I'm not all right, but I'm better. Were you as scared as I was?
More scared, I'd say.
Oh, no, that's impossible. Nobody could be that scared. I wonder if there might be another way out of here.
Well, you might try through there.
Oh, yes, let's try it. Aren't you coming too?
Yes, in a moment or two.
I should mind my own business, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to sound like that. It's just that I'm the only person who can help myself at the moment.
I know. Sometimes I feel like that. Perhaps you need someone to talk to.
I wish I had.
You're not married?
No.
Well, that's a part of it. You're lonely.
Yes, perhaps.
Adios,
Arturo.
Arturo. Mind Soledad.
Adios, Soledad.
Attention, comrades, to bulletin number 5. It has now been established that today's inhuman and barbarous attack on this defenseless city was guided by traitor priests signaling to the flying gangsters from the towers of the churches. 175 deaths have already been reported, including 58 women and 17 children.
Comrades! 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 The priest did it! The priest of the bloodlines! Onto the cathedral!
We must get it to those soldiers who are coming to protect us, to their leaders. Do you think you can do this, Father?
I will, Monseigneur. I promise you.
I'm sure you will.
Attention, comrades, to bulletin number 10. 2 of the traitor priests of the cathedral have escaped and are still at large in the city. Priest Arturo Carrera was recognized in the Calle Gongora at 9 o'clock wearing a black suit. Carrera is about 35 years of age and of medium height. Priest Isidro Rota is short and fat and reported to be wearing clothes of a rather sporting character. These men are murderers and enemies of the Republic, and any citizen failing to do his full duty toward their apprehension will himself be punished as a traitor. Long live the Republic!
Your order, senor.
Manzanilla.
Afraid somebody will see you here?
No.
Wouldn't you like to go someplace where it's more private? In one of those boxes? Not expensive.
All right.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Passion Flower, I must get back to the unpleasantness of work.
What is that good for an eyeball? Water?
It's not water, honey. It's English gin. Very antiseptic. I have to make a broadcast at 3 o'clock. That's 9 o'clock New York time.
But do you need 4 eyeballs?
Every one-eyed gentleman needs at least 4 for routine social demands. This one has a rather wicked glint in it for leering at you girls after midnight. This one has a good, clean, honest look for dealing with mothers. This one's simply bloodshot.
What is that?
Ah, this one's for patriotic occasions. That's a small American flag painted across the pupil. A tribute to God's country, impossible for the old-fashioned, two-eyed man. Well, adios, dear Soledad.
Adios, Uncle.
What's the name of that girl down there?
Would you like to buy me a little drink?
Not tonight, senor.
Call for you in number 3.
Who is he?
I don't know. I never saw him before. Senor.
Already?
Attention, comrades. The fugitive priest Arturo Carrera has been recognized within the hour in the Plaza del Sol. He has discarded his jacket and can now be identified by his black trousers and white shirt.
Did you follow me here?
No.
Well, then what are you doing here?
You told me I was lonely.
Yes, I know, but I didn't mean a place like this.
I was only joking. I just came in here to get away from all the trouble out there.
Yes, I know. Isn't it terrible? All this shooting and bombing and burning everything. What's it all about? Do you know?
It's a revolution against the government.
Whatever it is, I wish they'd leave the churches alone. I don't care what they do to the priests, but it's bad luck to burn churches. Just look at that. Usually we have twice as many people on Thursday night. Look, why don't you go to the cafe and wait for me there? It won't take me a minute to change.
Would you mind if we just stayed here and talked for a while first?
Just talk?
That's all, yes.
You see, that's the trouble. That's why I'm sorry you came here, because if you like somebody and they find you in a place like this, well, right away they might get the wrong idea. You know, people don't always understand about people.
No, I know.
Working here doesn't make me any different. It's just a job to me. You know that I don't know half the names of these fellas. You see what I mean?
Yes, yes, I see.
I knew you would. Whose drink is this?
I bought it for that other girl.
Oh, thank you, darling. Health, pesetas, and love, Arturo. Now what?
Everybody remain where you are and be ready with your identification papers. Just the men.
What's this all about?
They're looking for a priest.
A priest in here?
Yes.
How do you like that? A priest in a cabaret. I hope they don't beat him up in here. That'll really ruin the whole night.
Will they come up here?
Oh, I suppose so. Why, aren't your papers all right?
I haven't got any papers. They're at home.
In your cassock.
Get downstairs. I don't want you here when they come.
No wonder you were so worried.
Get downstairs. It'll only mean trouble for us both.
Wait. I know a way. Come on. You don't want to be beaten up, do you?
I don't want to get you into trouble either.
Go in there. Come on.
You're very brave, but you're also very foolish.
So are you. Come on.
All right, come on, let's see your papers. Come on, come on. All right.
We're all right
Come
now.
on.
It's just across the street.
Come on, come on. All right, come on, let's see your papers. This way, senorita.
Not tonight, Caballero. I've already got a fella. I know that fellow, and it's not a priest he's usually after. Wait here. Two to one, they shot the wrong fella. Well, it's not the Ritz, of course, but... Guess who?
Which one?
This is me, and that's my little sister. She's married now. I'm going back there someday when I've saved enough money.
Where's there?
It's a little village in the mountains. You wouldn't know it. I'm supposed to be a dressmaker.
You know you're risking your life doing this, don't you?
Oh, I doubt that. I'll move in with the girl upstairs, and then tomorrow morning we'll get you out of here.
Anyone who helps a priest is equally guilty. The announcement said that.
Those shaggers don't frighten me, Father.
I thought you didn't like priests.
I didn't know you were a priest.
I'm not anymore.
Will you say that again?
I said I'm not a priest any longer. I left the church this morning.
Left it? How?
Just walked out, that's all.
But you can't do that. Can you?
You not only can, but you must if your faith has failed you.
Well, I've never heard of anything like that before in my life.
Have you got a back way out of here?
Back way? For what?
Well, I can't stay here.
Why not? You're not a priest anymore. You just said so yourself.
It's too dangerous.
But it's not dangerous anymore. They've already checked.
But that's not the end. They'll be checking the houses, Nick.
But I won't let them in. The door's already
Don't
locked.
you understand there's a mob out there? They'll break down the door.
Well, all right. Here, let's push this
No
again.
use. They know I'm still in this quarter. It's only a matter of time before they start checking every room.
Don't you like me?
Yes, very much.
Is it because I'm a cabaret girl?
Please try and understand me. I'm frightened. I'm frightened for us both.
Why do you think I brought you here?
Because you're very kind and very brave. You took pity on me even if you don't like priests.
Did I know you were a priest when you came in the bomb shelter? Did I know you were a priest tonight when you came in the cabaret? I brought you here because something said, I don't know what. Something said this is a very special person. That you should take care of him, not let him get hurt. Because someday he'll be very important to me. And I tell you this before God himself.
I'll come back.
No, you won't.
I promise you. I promise you I will.
No, you won't. No, because Because you know there's no danger now. But I'm not good enough for you. I'm on.
Please, please.
Get out.
Please.
Get out!
If you'll tell me how. Which is the back way?
Find it yourself.
I'm very sorry, sir.
Once a priest, always a priest.
Open up in there! This is the militia! Open up!
You stay here and keep quiet.
But what are they doing?
Doesn't matter what they'll do. Stay here and keep quiet. Do you understand me?
Open up in there!
I'm sorry.
Open up! Open up!
Come in. I'm Carrera, the man you want.
All right, come on. Today, our loyal army fights two forces. The rebel troops approaching the city from the south, and a secret enemy within the city. The spies, priests, and other rebel sympathizers who are working to spread fear and defeat among us. Both forces will be destroyed.
But there was another force that no army could fight. The unhappy hearts of a troubled people wondering where the sacred relic of St. John had vanished. It led me, for reasons of my own, to visit the local prison.
Father Carrera?
Yes?
My name's Hawthorne. Continental Broadcasting Company.
Yes?
I understand you withdrew from the church yesterday.
I'm sorry, it's not a subject I want to discuss for publication.
This is not for publication. I represent another interest at the moment. Did you desert your fair bride because you lost your faith in God?
No, of course not.
You can speak quite freely with me. I'm an infidel.
What interest?
Would you be willing to serve him outside the church?
Well, naturally, that would be my hope, but...
Would you be willing to discuss your position with a member of the government?
If you can't tell me whom you represent, then there's nothing more we have to say to each other. I'm sorry.
I must say you leave something to be desired when an effort's being made to rescue you.
By now, I knew that Carrera was my big story, and the path to him led through the Commandant.
All right, then, let's approach it from another angle.
You're wasting your time, my friend, with anything you have to say in behalf of a priest.
What you're being offered here, Captain, is an opportunity to serve your government on a global scale. Strike the chains from this convertible priest, give him a small office, a modest title, and you will have reshaped the thinking of the world single-handed. Never again will they be able to say that you shoot priests like rabbits.
You misunderstand, Mr. Hawthorne. It is traitors and not priests that we shoot like rabbits. When there is no war and the priests confine their activities to their churchly duties, they will be of no more interest to me than so many fortune tellers and witch doctors. But as long as they plot and plan against their legal government, they are spies working for the enemies of that government and will be dealt with as such. Does that make my position clear?
You sound prejudiced to me.
Indeed I am. Prejudiced against an institution that has ridden on the backs of our people since the time of the Inquisition.
You're the intelligence officer here, aren't you?
Yes, Comrade General.
I'm General Clavet, the new commander. What's all this blood business on the walls?
What blood business?
It's chalked all over the walls, everywhere. Where's St. Somebody's blood? Has the enemy got St. Somebody's blood? I saw it a dozen times on the way from the airport.
With your permission, Captain. It's the local religious legend, General. The holy relic in the cathedral here was a drop of blood believed to have been shed by St. John. It's been working miracles here since time immemorial. One of the beliefs is that whoever holds it cannot be defeated.
What nonsense.
Napoleon's words exactly outside this very city in 1812, just before being driven back over the horizon.
Ah, that's right, by George. I remember now. The only defeat he suffered in Spain. Where is it?
That's the big question now. It seems to have disappeared during the patriotic bonfire last night, and the news is beginning to disturb some of the apprentice atheists.
May I ask who you are?
Mr. Hawthorne is an American broadcaster.
I'm sorry, I don't talk to journalists. Will you excuse us, please?
Certainly, Comrade General.
Is that true, what he said?
I'm sure it is. A relic like that can exert a powerful influence in a place like this. It's what the priests have done to Spain.
Damn it all, I've never seen such a war. People all the same color, same language. I can't tell one crowd from the other. Now somebody's blood. What was his name?
St. John.
Local fellow?
Some centuries ago, I believe.
Absolutely ridiculous. Get out and shut that door. This is confidential. We've got to pull out of here.
Already?
There's no way to defend this place. It's a bloody trap. And these troops we've got here, these militiamen, they're not really soldiers. Just civilians with rifles, and half of them are no more than schoolboys.
They are very brave, Comrade General.
Brave but inaccurate. But I'm going to need your help, Captain. I'm a little rusty at this business. It happens that I retired from the Army 10 years ago and haven't read a newspaper since. They've got a lot of new ideas these days, haven't they?
A few.
I thought so. They never let well enough alone, do they?
No, not if they think they can do better.
That's it, exactly. The mistake they all make, trying to improve things. In the old days, war made sense. One country fought another country, entirely different uniforms. Our crowd spoke Spanish, while the others jabbered away in something else. Very simple situation. If you couldn't understand what the other fellow was saying, you shot him. But the way it is today...
I think that we should get this relic, Comrade General.
What relic?
The holy relic of St. John.
You really think it'll work?
In a way. It's a matter of morale.
Morale? That's another piece of nonsense they've cooked up since I left. In the old days, you simply told your men to get out there and fight. And they got out there and fought. Not why, just whom. You really knew where you stood in those days, by George.
Excuse me, Comrade General, but about this relic,
You know what I think we ought to do about that relic, Captain?
What?
Get it. A relic like that can exert a powerful influence in a place like this. That's what the priests have done to Spain.
I'll go after it at once, Comrade General.
Don't just go after it, get it.
Yes, Comrade General.
It's a matter of morale.
Of course.
Here. Come in.
Shut the door. You seem to have lost your faith at a very convenient moment, Father.
I don't expect you to believe this, but the process has been going on for some time.
Then you are an atheist now?
No. It was my faith in the church which failed, not my faith in God.
It's a curious thing that two priests were missing from the cathedral. It is even more curious that the holy relic in the church was also missing. Can you explain that to me?
No. I didn't know it was missing.
I suggest to you that one of those priests, either you or Canon Rota, was ordered by your bishop to take it and deliver it to Franco and his rebels.
I know nothing about it. I'd already left the cathedral before the attack came. But why are you so interested in it? I didn't know that atheists placed any importance in religious symbols.
We don't. But we know that an ignorant mob of renegade Christians do, and always will. This relic could become less a symbol than a weapon, like a hidden battery of artillery. When did you last see Canon Rota?
You mean your men are already disturbed by it?
The people are always disturbed about something.
Perhaps they'd be less disturbed if their hearts were not ignored.
Yes, you are still a Christian, still preaching.
If I might make a suggestion too, Captain, you obviously know nothing whatsoever about Christians, particularly renegade Christians. Otherwise, you'd know what to do about their disturbance.
You mean you do?
Yes, I think I do. I think I know very well what to do. And if I can make another suggestion, I'd like to do it.
You would like to do something for the socialists?
No. I'd like to do something for the men, the ones that are troubled. I'd like to comfort them. I'd like to be a missionary to the hearts of your ignorant and troubled mob.
Did you find him?
I told you I would, didn't I?
Yes. Is he all right?
Oh, sure.
They didn't beat him up again, did they?
He's probably the most unbeat-up priest in the diocese today. But what is all this? Don't tell me you're in love with this whirling dervish.
Are you crazy? How can you be in love with a priest? I was just worried about it. Besides, he's not a priest anymore.
Well, whatever his current spiritual status, you won't have to worry about it for a while anyway.
What do you mean?
He's joined the management.
Joined what management?
The government. Department of Worried Atheists.
Well, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. A priest going over to the heathens.
Would you be good enough to move just a little bit to your left?
How would you like to lose the other one?
The aims of socialism are exactly the same as the aims of the church. They follow different paths, but their destination is the same. Man's happiness. I think if you keep this in mind, it may help you.
Although our troops continue their courageous resistance, we have again been obliged to rectify our lines in certain sectors.
How far would you say, Captain?
50 or 60 kilometers.
The opposition tonight says 40.
The Continental Broadcasting Company won't have a correspondent here very long if he continues to listen to the enemy wireless.
The Continental is trying to be a fair and impartial observer, Captain, and hates both sides. Are there any plans to rectify our lines by getting the hell out of here?
On the contrary, we're already preparing a counterattack. Reinforcements are arriving from Barcelona tonight, and the city is in no danger whatever.
Soledad?
Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
But I didn't know the soldiers were that close.
No,
if
I'm
I'd
sure.
known, I could have got you out. I swear I could.
I'm sure you could have. But everything's all right now. That's why I'm here. To tell you about it.
But you're not angry?
No, not in the least. Would you like to hear what happened?
Yes, I would. Very much. Come on in. Would you like to talk to me some more about it?
Yes, very much.
Come on.
Isn't likely to rise off. Any more questions?
About the holy relic, what they call the blessed blood. Is it true that if we haven't got it, we will be defeated?
The holy relic has a place in many hearts, but it'll never have anything to do with victory or defeat. Not even the church can tell you that.
I don't understand him
Any
anyway.
more questions?
What's he talking about?
All right, thank you. You want me? I'll come see me. You know I am.
Thank you.
I need some help too, Arturo.
I'm sorry, Comrade.
I sleep in what's left of the cathedral. If you could come up there some night, late.
I can't. It's impossible.
I don't think I can last much longer.
Please go away. I'm not going to report you, but don't try to see me again. He's a fool, and he always was, coming to me in a public place like that, endangering both our lives.
Well, what did he want?
Help, he said. If I could help him then, but how could I go to the cathedral? They're watching me all the time.
You mean now?
Perhaps not here and now at this moment. They must keep an eye on me. I'm a renegade priest.
Well, I suppose he had no one else to go to.
That's what worries me. Nobody liked him.
But it's not your fault, darling. There was nothing you could do, really.
I should have done something. It's just that I'm not certain of things yet. I shall know better soon.
Is that what you think?
What do you mean?
Well, just because you got a late start, I don't know why you expect to be any less mixed up than everybody else.
This is a nice place.
It's so peaceful. Well, at least it used to be anyway.
Rounding up deserters again. Or digging out members of the fifth column.
I quit this morning.
Quit?
The cabaret. You said you understood, but you didn't really.
I wish I knew how to tell you how I feel about you.
Is it good?
Yes, it's very good.
Do you really like me?
That's what I wish I knew how to tell you. How much? How much? But I feel awkward, clumsy like a schoolboy.
If I tell you something, you won't laugh?
No, I promise.
I like that. Because it makes me feel like a schoolgirl. You won't laugh now?
No, I'm not laughing.
I'll tell you something else. You're the first person I've ever really known in my life. The very first. You promised you wouldn't laugh.
Mm-hmm.
This must be the way young girls feel when they've just met a wonderful boy. And they just touch hands and can't say anything. I once saw my little sister like that. She'd just sit with this boy and not say a word, neither one of them. And every now and then they'd giggle. I cried myself to sleep the first night I saw that. Don't say it unless you really mean it.
I'll mean it.
And if you're not sure, if you don't know yet, I'll wait. But if you do say it and don't mean it, I'll want to die. Because this will never happen to me again. Not like this.
I love you.
I'll say it again.
I love you.
Like my little sister and that little boy.
The same, but more so.
You won't be silly.
No.
You're sure?
That's what I keep on asking myself. How can I be so certain? So soon? But you know, a priest doesn't live in a vacuum. He may not share in all of life, but it's not a stranger to him. His ears and eyes and thoughts. And you're not the first woman I've ever seen, or talked to, or thought about. Just the first I've ever loved. First I've ever wanted to spend my whole life with.
Is that a full battalion?
That's all that's left of it, Comrade General.
More desertions?
Yes, Comrade General.
You think it's that relic?
They're afraid the rebels have it.
Where's that intelligence officer? What's his name?
Comrade Captain Batagas.
Go and get him.
Yes, Comrade General.
Intelligence officer. What a war. We'll move the 2nd Battalion out at midnight. That's the last man I'm going to waste in this bloody trap.
What about the prisoners, Comrade General? The order from Madrid.
How many have we got here?
About 200.
Very well. Haul them in here at 2 o'clock and we'll send them down the line as a roadblock. It's a dirty trick, sticking civilians into the trenches, but that seems to be the whole art of winning wars these days. Successful, dirty tricks.
Father Rota? Father? Father Rota? Don't be frightened, Father. I'm a friend of Arturo's. Father Arturo. I brought you some food. I'll put it here for you. He wanted to come himself. He wanted to help you, but he's still being watched. They don't really trust him. But if there's anything I can do for you, if you'll just tell me... All right, I'll leave you alone now. I'm sorry I frightened you. Good night, Father.
Thank you, Senorita, for leading us so promptly to the man we were after. Has she been searched?
Thoroughly, Comrade Captain.
You're in a very serious situation here, Senorita. The charge against that priest is treason. Now, what were you doing with him?
Exactly what I told your friend. I took him some food.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying to you. He was a hungry old man, and I took him something to eat. I know he was a priest, and I shouldn't have done that. Hungry old priest should starve to death. But that's all there was to it. What more can I tell you?
What did you say to him? What did he say to you?
He said nothing to me. Not even thank you for the food.
What did the Reverend Arturo tell you to say to him?
Who is the Reverend Arturo?
How would you like to be questioned with instruments?
What more can I tell you if I don't know anything?
You have no idea how many people manage to remember things they never knew until a few of their fingernails are pulled out. If I were you, I'd think this whole situation over again.
Don't you worry about it. I'll write the letter for you. You just tell me what you want me to tell her and where she lives.
Salia San Martina, it's 20.
Arturo?
Wait a minute.
Is it true that in the eyes of the church, a priest never loses his holy powers regardless of what he does?
That's what the church says.
And you, for example, can still hear a confession and give absolution?
Yes. Under certain circumstances.
Come with me.
One moment, Captain. I'm no longer a priest, and I've no intention of pretending to be one.
Oh. Not even for an old friend and associate who has asked for you? The Reverend Canon Rota is to be executed in the morning. Would you deny him this final consolation? Canon is a brave man. There are no limits to my admiration for a brave man, even a priest. And if such a man has a fancy for such nonsense...
One more thing, Captain. You'll be wasting your time if you think you're going to share in the secrets of a confession, even by an apostate priest.
My dear Arturo, you're being much too suspicious. The hiding of a holy relic is hardly a sin to be confessed. Now go in, please, and get it over with.
I'm very sorry, Father.
No. This is very kind of you. Have you any news of the young woman?
What young woman?
The one you sent with the food.
Is that how they caught you in the cathedral?
Didn't you know?
Did they arrest the young woman, too?
Yes. Didn't you send her?
No.
Then I'm afraid I've put you in a very cruel position. I thought you'd changed.
No.
I was hoping you might do this last service to the blessed relic.
I won't even discuss that with you.
There's nobody else.
I'm no longer a member of the church, and you know that perfectly well. Do you want me to confess you or not? Forgive me, Father.
Of course, Arturo. You never believed in it anyway, did you?
No.
Neither did I. I was either too stupid or not stupid enough. I don't know which. All those miracles. But now I do. Walking the streets all this time, hiding in crowds, listening to the whispers. I learned something. Have you seen what they write on the walls?
Yes.
They're terrified, Arturo. They've got no God now. They've been emancipated from all that. All they've got now is this sad little secret faith in a drop of blood that's been as much a part of their lives as their fathers and mothers. It's like a little lamp in their hearts that nobody else knows about. And as long as they can look inside and see its light and feel its warmth, they know that the way home's still open. Now it's flickering, and they're frightened. If it goes out, they'll be like little children lost in the dark. That's why the rest of them died. God rest their dear souls, to keep it burning.
The rest of whom died?
Our brothers.
All of them?
Don't you know, really?
Now. I thought they'd been arrested. That's what I was told.
They were. All but Perez and Isidro, who died in the church.
And Monsignor?
Wouldn't tell them. The others, I don't know how they stood it. I don't know how they kept from giving in when you're in pain like this. They pulled out my nails. Nothing in either heaven or earth seems worth it. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
I've changed my mind. Where is it? Was a young woman brought down here tonight?
Not down here.
One at Seagulls this time.
That was a pretty long confession.
Where's Senorita Soledad?
Waiting for you, my friend. Crying for you, in fact.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know it myself at first. Arrest this man.
Wait!
Pull her up.
Arturo.
But she doesn't know!
No, but you do. Rhoda just told you.
But he didn't!
A little higher. The priests were fools to the end. But you're not a priest now. You're a man. And that's your woman there. A little higher still.
Let her down! Let her down!
As soon as you've told me where that bloody relic is, the exact information.
That was a confession. Know very well what a confession means.
I know you godly people have peculiar ideas, but...
Will you kindly tell me what the hell you're doing there?
In 2 more minutes, I'll have the relic, Comrade General.
Do you mean that thing that was going to save the city?
I mean that relic that you ordered me to get.
Has she got it?
No, but...
Then let her down. Of all the colossal stupidities. Get her out there with the rest of the prisoners. Who's this fellow?
The priest who knows where the relic is.
Take him out there, too. And all the others in the cells down here. Is this the way you wage war now? Hanging beautiful women?
But this is a matter of importance, Comrade General.
Would you like to have a drink with me in my quarters? What a war. Is this really what you've been fiddling away with all evening?
If you give me one more minute to...
For what? To save a city that's already lost? Don't you know we couldn't save the city now with 5 gallons of that blood? I tell you the truth before God, Captain. I just hope that my officers scare the enemy as much as they do me. Now, you come with me. I've got a job for you.
Attention! Prisoners! Attention! Silence!
You have had the bad judgment to be born in the wrong country, in the wrong year, and on the wrong side. And so it is with the greatest regret that I'm now going to play a very dirty trick on you. In order to gain time, I'm going to send you south to meet your friends who have set out to overthrow their government by force. But then these friends will also play a very dirty trick on you. Having rewritten one of the cardinal rules of warfare, they do not take prisoners. They will shoot you. Such, unhappily, is the nature of war in this new era of dirty tricks. But the government you have tried to betray has no intention of permitting you to be murdered in cold blood like that. The minute you are fired upon, you will be given rifles. You will then have the privilege of deciding for yourselves whether you want to fire back at your friends or just stand there and have your tail shot off. This will be the final dirty trick. Long live the Republic. Good luck, Captain. If you run into the Generalissimo, give him my regards. We fought together in Africa.
Prisoners, attention!
Have you ever covered a civil war? It's like trying to make love in a revolving door.
Prisoners, fall out! But keep close to the road!
Did he really tell you where it was?
And if the general hadn't come in, I should have told him.
You would have?
Would have had to.
But I would have deserved it anyway.
No.
How could anybody be so stupid?
He was just too clever for us.
What do you think you can do about it?
I don't know. They'll never get it.
Give me your hands.
Who says so?
Comrade Captain says so. Attention! This way, everybody!
Come along! Come on, this way!
This man was sentenced to be executed this morning for treason. The sentence will now be carried out. All prisoners will keep their eyes to the front. I want you to see what happens to a man who tries to betray his country. All right, comrades.
Ready!
If only I could get it away from them. The generals and the bishops. Using it as an instrument of war to make men kill each other. If I could get it away from this insanity. Save it from such desecration.
Is this Posadas?
No, we won't reach Posadas until tomorrow night. Is that where you're going to broadcast?
That's what the script says.
God is very patient, isn't he?
There's no end to his patience.
Do you think he'll understand me?
I believe so.
It won't be easy.
I don't suppose there are any easy ones for him.
I've always believed in God and the Holy Mother, but I've never been sure about priests. Once I saw the Pope of Barcelona when I was a little girl. I wasn't sure about him either.
You mean the Cardinal?
No, the Pope. Everybody said he was a Pope. He certainly looked like it. What about this? You and me. Do you think you'll understand that?
We leave him to decide about that. I'm sure he'll do what's right.
I'm afraid he'll have to do a little better than that.
Will you hear my confession, Father?
I'm not a priest any longer.
Please, Father, bless me. I have sinned.
I'm not a priest.
Please, Father.
What's the matter with you? Have you ever seen a priest with a girl in his arms?
Salva in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
There's my little village. Where I was going back one day, remember?
Inside.
All
Mac.
Hi, Uncle. Nice trip?
Lovely.
Oh, this is Major Garcia from Madrid.
Are you in it?
I'm sure Senor Hawthorne understands the necessity.
I'm covering the battle, not the politics. Am I liable to get my head shot off?
If you insist on broadcasting a battle, you can't do it from too great a distance, can you?
I didn't insist. I was insisted all the way from New York. How far is our setup from here?
We've got the cable in the field just down this road, about 3 kilometers behind the line.
Well, that sounds cozy enough.
Comrade Hawthorne has been reminded that he's to make no reference whatever to how he got here.
Be of good heart, Captain. All the amenities will be observed until I am well over the border.
Go on.
You miss it very much, don't you?
Miss whom?
Your wife. Your fair bride.
Why'd you say that?
I can tell. And you'll miss her even more tomorrow.
Don't talk like that. Not tonight.
She's the one you'll want to be with tomorrow, when you can only have one of us.
You're the only bride I have. The only thing I have in the world. Or want.
Perhaps I can help you decide. Perhaps I can make your choice for you.
If you please, senorita.
Oh, not again.
The comrade captain wants to see you.
Doesn't this shagger ever give up?
How can you be such a fool? How long do you think it could last? Priests and children always return home when night falls.
He can't go back.
Not if he's never been away.
I don't believe that.
Has he had a moment of decision yet? Then how can you be so sure? Don't you think you should find out before it's too late? We're going to move up at 4 o'clock. After that, of course, you'll never know.
Will that be all?
If you say so.
When was your last conversion?
Captain.
Yes, senorita?
On second thought,
Of course.
Those guns you hear now are the rebel guns. They're big ones. Such a barrage is usually a prelude to an advance or an attack. But any serious ground action at this moment seems most unlikely.
What happened?
I wanted to be with you tonight.
You all right?
Yes, I'm all right.
Oh, if only you could fly away from here before the morning.
I can.
The same offer.
Yes.
What did you tell him?
I told him I'd try. But that doesn't mean that I'd tell him.
What does it mean?
I could tell him something else and then I'd get it and take it away, like you said.
Take it where?
Where have you said? Away from here. That's what you meant, wasn't it? Away from the war.
Do you really think you could do it?
I think so. I could try.
Supposing you were caught.
I'd just keep on lying to him. I'd never tell him the truth. Do you think it would be all right if I took it to my village in the mountains? Certainly away from everything.
Do you think it'd be safe there?
I'd stay there with it.
Oh, no. No.
Don't you trust me?
You know better than that. I don't want you to be caught.
I won't be.
Have you got a pocket?
Yes.
Would you be too afraid to have it on you?
No. I'd be afraid, but not too afraid.
Socialists are just ahead.
Comrade. I want to see the comrade, Captain.
Wait here.
Can you see anything out there?
No?
Thought I heard something.
That woman wants to see you again.
Ah, thank you, comrade. Well?
How can I get away?
The same way you got here. Straight back up this road to the city. Where is it?
It's still in the cathedral, in the same place in the high altar.
Very good. We'll go together and get it.
But I want to leave now. I'm scared.
You'll go back up with us tomorrow after we've delivered the others into the line. Is there a sentry forward?
Yes, comrade.
But you told me I could get away from here tonight.
I told you no such thing. What's his name?
Vicente.
Hey, Vicente!
Let me go!
Tie her up somewhere.
No! I want to go!
Comrade Vicente!
No.
Vicente!
I don't know.
Richards! Throw your weapons out! I give you 1 minute to throw everything you've got out.
We're prisoners. We're unarmed. We have no weapons.
How many are you?
About 200. Will you let me come out and explain alone?
All right. Come out with your hands up. This way. What do you mean, prisoners? Whose prisoners?
Nationalist prisoners. These were our guards. We're being taken up to the front to be killed.
What kind of filth is that? Why couldn't they kill you where you were?
They want to use us as a cover for their retreat. They're going to give us rifles, and we got into the trenches.
Where are the rifles?
In that truck there.
And you say there are 200 men in there?
Yes.
And you've got nearly 2 companies of men in there.
Yes, but they're not soldiers. They're civilians, unarmed civilians.
Civilians? 200 civilians hiding in a church behind the line?
They were prisoners. They were compelled to do what they were told.
Have you any proof of that?
Ask them.
Ah, filth. What good would that do? How can I tell if they were lying or not?
But listen to me, please.
It's no use. I can't take a chance like that. I hate to shoot 200 men, but I don't know what else to do. I'm already 1 hour and a half behind schedule. Captain?
You don't mean that, do you?
Of course I mean it. This is a battle, and I've got orders to follow. No provision for 200 prisoners, and I'm certainly not going to leave that many men loose behind me. I'd be shot myself if I did a thing like that.
But you can't shoot them. They're not the enemy. They're friends of the rebellion. They're members of the church.
I'm going to have to leave this to you, Captain. It's a filthy job, but I've simply got to get this column moving again. You'll have to shoot them in batches with a machine gun, I suppose. Who are these?
That's the guard. Ask them.
Don't talk nonsense. What else could they do but lie? Shoot them first.
What about confessions, Major?
What confessions?
Confession must be granted to all who ask for it. Those are the Generalissimo's orders.
There are 200 men in there. You mean we have to confess 200 men?
All who wish it.
Very well. Get on with it. But I'm afraid that means you're going to be here for the rest of the night. Adios.
Adios. May I make one suggestion, Captain?
Yes?
Will you let me finish all the confessions first? It's dreadful enough as it is without such gunfire.
Of course.
Captain, these are all true Catholics. I myself was on a sacred mission taking a holy relic to a place of safety.
What holy relic?
The relic in the cathedral. Blood of St. John.
Where is it?
I haven't got it. I sent it away.
But how? I thought you said you were all prisoners.
If you'll let me explain to you.
You must think me very simple, senor.
But it's God's truth, Captain.
Then show me the relic. Since you sent it away, perhaps you can bring it back. Then it will be not only God's truth, but also his will.
Father, is there nothing you can do about this?
No. The uniform of priest's influence is effective only in spiritual matters.
I want you to summon up all the courage that you can. The decision is that we shall be executed. This is the chaplain who will hear the confessions of those who wish it.
Will all who wish to confess raise their hands?
Arturo.
Mother. Shoot straight, senores.
You've got 200 more men to kill.
What are you doing out here?
200 more innocent men to kill!
Come on, get back in there.
Who are you going to answer to for that? Guardia Major! 200 murders!
Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
For I've sinned.
Go on, please.
It's 2 weeks since I last confessed. Since then, I've loved a woman.
So long as you loved her in God.
But I'm a priest, Father. A lot of us are bound to be killed. You understand that? Not all of us. Some of us will get away. You still willing? May God have mercy on yourselves. Wait.
Arturo. I lost it. Is this all?
No. It's just the beginning.
Do you think he'll really understand
I think so.
about you too?
I'll ask him to.
I loved you, Arturo.
I loved you, Soledad.
Bless me, Father.
I had found an end to my story. An ending far greater than anything I had dreamed. The young captain had given me the blessed relic to return to its appointed guardian. The blood of St. John was supposed to work miracles. As you know, I'm an infidel. All I know is 200 people condemned to die now live.